Hello everyone, welcome to my next video. The topic of my video is fiber to fabric, that means animal fibers. Fibers to fabric means we get fibers from the plants and animals. With the help of fibers we get fabric. So clothes are very important in our life. We wear clothes to cover and protect ourselves from extreme weather conditions and harmful insects and animals. Clothes worn by people also give information about their social, geographical and economical condition. So in this chapter, basically in this topic, we will learn about natural fibers like silk and wool. Natural fibers. Dear students, in the 6th class, we already learned about the different types of fabrics and their uses. We learned about natural and synthetic fibers and their sources. Cotton, jute, linen, silk. These are the natural fibers that are used to make fabrics. With the help of these fibers, we used to make fabrics. While cotton is used mainly for making summer wear, wool is used for winter wear. Due to this insulating properties, silk is very popular fabric and it is used to make a variety of beautiful and expensive clothes. So here we have so many types of fiber, that is cotton, wool, silk. So let us learn about how silk and wool are produced. Silk is one of the very expensive fabrics all over the world. It is known for its smooth texture and shiny look. It is also one of the strongest fibers known. Basically, what is the history behind it? The silk is produced by silkworms, and the cultivation of silkworms produce silk. The whole process of this is called sericulture. The story of silk dates back to about 5,000 years ago. In China, according to Chinese legend, the queen of Emperor Huangdi was having tea in the garden when one yellow colored cocoon fell down in the tea in the cup. Then strands of thread separated from it. That's how they get an idea to make fiber or fabric. So how we can make fabric from the silk? Silk is an animal fiber. It is made by silkworms in the form of cocoon. They spin around themselves. A single thread from a cocoon can be up to 1600 meters long. Approx 1600 meters long. The structure of the silk is like proteins. So, the silk is produced by the silkworm. A silk moth lays about 200 to 300 eggs. How many eggs it lays? Approx 200 to 300 eggs lays. The eggs are kept in temperature range of 25 to 31 degree Celsius in highly humid conditions for a gestation period of about 3 weeks. In the whole process, the cocoons feeding on the fresh mulberry leaves. The worms are protected from the harmful flying insects by wrapping the trays with the cotton cloths. The silkworms are continuously fed on the mulberry leaves and cleaned, moved 2 to 3 weeks. After that, the worms stop feeding and are ready for making silk. They form a full cocoon around themselves. So they are called pupa. So extracting thread, the cocoons are then put in pots of hot boiling water to kill the insects inside and to make the outer coating soft and loose. The thread is pulled out from the cocoon by a special technique. A single thread is pulled and reeled. This process is called reeling of silk. After this process, dyeing and spinning is taking place. The silk is dyed in different colors and spun into yarn. Different qualities of silk are separated based on the length and texture of the yarn. After this, weaving will be started. The yarn is woven into beautiful fabrics. Most of the silk making work is done by the woven in villages. Dyeing of the silk, weaving of the silk. So basically, I'll show you the life cycle of a silk moth. The life cycle of silk moth takes place like egg, larva, cocoon, adult moth and then egg. So basically, according to this life cycle, the fabric made. Thank you.